Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another RTB retro review. Today I'll be doing The Untouchables, starring Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, and the excellent Robert De Niro. It's based on a true story. Oh, and just so you know, it'll be spoiler free, so you don't have to worry about spoilers. You can go in this video, not worry about things being spoiled. All right, so back in, I believe, between the 1920s and 30s, alcohol was illegal, which, considering today, that's kind of insane, considering how there's these different alcoholic flavors out nowadays. But back in the day, yeah, alcohol, illegal. You could not buy it. So, but Al Capone was selling it illegally to these saloons that were selling it in secret. Thus, he had money, and with that money, he bribed people to get power. So basically, he's that way he can, basically get away with things. Because in the beginning of the movie, you think main character has the jump on Capone. Actually, Capone had the jump on him, and he got a bad lead, and it hurt his reputation. I mean, I won't spoil what it is, but it's kind of funny what he finds. He thought it would be alcohol, but nope. So eventually, he meets Sean Connery's character, and then he feels that he says that he's a good cop, and him and Sean form a task force with two other cops that to take down Capone. They're not corrupted by the system, and it's for the most part I heard it's fairly accurate. There's like two scenes I know for sure. There could be more, but the two scenes I know there's like two scenes that didn't happen in real life. However, at one point, this is not really a spoiler. Kind of a non spoiler. At one point, they had to go to Canada to stop Capone's goons. That didn't happen, and there's another scene that happened with the main character, with Kevin Costner's character, with another character that on the roof. That didn't happen either. But for the most part, the movie was fairly accurate from start to finish. For the most part, there could be more, but I know the movie was mostly accurate. But still, it's a great movie. Kevin Costner's character, Elliot Ness, is such. He's a good cop. He's a good cop trying to do the right thing. He's not corrupt by the system. He just wants to do the right thing and nail Capone and put him in behind bars, because he's obviously evil, and and he has that smile like, man, no one could touch him. That he's untouchable in a way because of all the bribery, like I mentioned before, that he has with the money he's selling from the alcohol. He does a great job of that cop who's he's young, he's hungry, still blue in certain areas, still rookie in certain areas, but is willing to learn and be better. Also, Sean Connery is the wise old cop who I probably was kind of, I think that's probably why he did help Kevin Conroy's character, aka Alien Ness, because I believe he was just kind of like, he sees a lot of him, even though he doesn't say it. He sees a lot of him when he's younger. That young cop who thinks he could do anything and then clean the system, but he got bogged down by so many corrupt cops and just leniency, just letting bad things happen, whatever. That I guess it just beat him down. But eventually, I guess seeing him try to like take down Capone gets a little spark in him that he haven't seen in a while. Plus, they had two other characters as well. Add to the mix, and then one's like this Italian character, which, believe it or not, I heard he's Spanish, but he looks Italian. I didn't know that. And there's one like nerdy looking guy with the glasses who's actually saying they could get Capone on, which is true, on tax and tax evasion. He hasn't been paying his taxes. In fact, that's how they kind of got him in jail, I believe, because other than that, like, they really had nothing on him. Dude was like, he covered all his bases. And there's one scene where, like, when Elliot Ness confronted Capone, like, you got no bookkeeper, you got nothing, you got nothing, you hear me? Nothing. And he was like, bash, loud and bold, like, and another thing, Robert De Niro's character as Al Capone was intimidating. At one point, he's making jokes and laughing, how having people smile. The next thing you know, he's like beating cracking a guy's skull in half. I mean, it's just crazy how the mood just changes to let you know that no, even though he's a guy who can know how to make people laugh, he can bury you and make an example of you at a drop of a hat, and it's just, I like that. It's scary. You don't know when it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're kind of on edge, like when's that moment where he's gonna like make an example of someone or snap. So you're on the edge of your seat with Robert De Niro's performance. He did a great job here. He's a great antagonist, and he thrives in this role. Like, even though he's not in the movie a lot, but every time he does show up, he commands your attention. You hang on to every word and everything he says. And in some ways, even though he's not, the way he kind of defends himself, he feels like a politician. The way he carries himself, the way he defends himself, and the media just kind of like laughing with him and enjoying his company. It's just crazy. It's just kind of he doesn't seem like a thug. He seems like a politician trying to go for a re-election. That's what it seems like to me, anyway. The vibe he gives out and when it feels, the way it comes off and stuff. But still, it's just he does a great job here. Same thing with Sean Connery's character. He's his old wise cop, but still he doesn't take crap from nobody, and he will beat the crap out of you to get what he wants. He doesn't care what he has to do. And I like Sean Connery. He's a great actor, man, no doubt about it. I mean, this is probably one of his best roles, in my opinion. One of the best, not the best roles I have ever seen him in, and he just kills it in this movie. I mean, he's like a mentor that you will want to have on your side. He did such a great job here, and he did. I mean, he was fantastic from start to finish, and he gives such wise advice. Like he's a guy who's been around. You can tell the way he talks and carries about himself without saying it. The way he carries himself, you can definitely tell he's a person that's been around the block more than once, as they say. He's seen things, and he's giving Eliot Ness's character advice and what to do, what not to do, how to react, and how to go about things. It's like, are you willing to go all the way, Yanni? There's no turning back. It's like he's just, and the way he just, oh God, he's another good actor too. Also, just everyone's just fantastic. But because Connery and Robert De Niro are the main stars that really carry this movie into the excellency that it is. It's like one of the best, like, old school gangster movies out there. It's so good. It's just the musical score. It's not until like with the recent DCEU movies where like where the musical score really impacted me the way it did. There's one like soft horn with a violin track they play, and it's so beautiful and powerful. And there's this one scene where something bad was happening, and that beautiful soundtrack was playing in the background, and it the power of, you'd be surprised, but the power of music can really enhance a scene to something amazing. Believe it or not, it just makes an excellent scene even more excellent if that's possible. A certain character was got hurt, and that music was playing in the background, and I cried. I mean, when I first saw it, I cried like a baby. I'm gonna admit that it got me, because you care about this character now. His character got hurt, and it got to. So that's what the music in the background, it just, it hits you. And every time I see that scene, which for those who seen it, we know what I'm talking about, I tear up. I don't like cry, but a tear or two comes out because it's so emotional. Because it gets to me, and the acting in that whole scene was just so phenomenal. It just hits you like a ton of bricks. It's like, oh my God, my heart. But just overall, man, it's such a classic. And of course, I love the cars, the costumes, the setting, even the music. It makes you feel like you're in the time. And again, I know I say this a lot, but kudos to the costume and set designers. It makes you feel like you're in the 1920s and 30s. /30s, whatever time period. I want to say it's the 30s. It makes you feel like you're in that time period. Like I said, the cars, the clothes, the food, the guns they use, the way they talk, the hats, everything, every little detail that they didn't have to do, but they did to make it truly authentic. I'm saying, even the houses and the phones, it makes you feel like you're in the times, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that makes you, because it enhances it more, makes you feel like you're in that time period. So again, to those set designers, people that really do that, I mean, they deserve all the glory and praise that they get for doing what they do. Alright, guys, overall, it's a fantastic movie. It's a classic. Go see it. I cannot recommend it enough. Go see The Untouchables. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed my retro review. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again soon. Peace out. Have a great day.